Good evening, Leroy. How you doing?
Good, my friend. How are you?
Busy. It's a busy week.
I see that. I mean, I don't get invites till 20 minutes before a show starts. I'm like, oh my gosh, Sam's got to be
It's never a good thing when one of the first things you do to start a work day is go to your transmitter site. And see, the issue with our transmitter site is that it is by where our old station was, because now that we work from home, it's by the old station. But the road to get back there is grass. And
it has been mowed in a year?
No, it gets mowed, but the dip down to get there and getting back there, my little Honda Civic, I'm like, I never have risked going back there because I'm like, it's probably like a quarter of a mile back. It's like, my luck is I'm getting a quarter mile back and I'm getting stuck. And then what the hell, and then I'm having to pay somebody to tow me out. So I park and walk back, but the grass is up and then, there's it's one of those things I always have to wear long pants when I go because the ticks are really bad back there. But it's just, it's always a fun day when that's the first thing you get to do. First thing right off the bat. And obviously you've been in a transmitter building, but to our listeners, they haven't. They're like, I've never been in one that's clean.
No. Well, and I like day 2 of me being at the new building, we had a station go down and the owner was like, we have a station down? And I'm like, no, I don't. I've been here for a whole total of 48 hours. No, I do not know that you have a station down. So, but
yeah, it just because Mark is right now, he's in Italy. And it's funny because he messaged me because I had to fix some things, and he was able to check to see that it had worked and all that. And to do that, he logged into our audio stream. And it's funny, he goes, because we have an ad that'll play when you load up. And he said, it's interesting. The ad was in Italian. It's like, well, you are in Italy. So it's like our targeting ad, I guess, is working. It's like, I think he said it really wasn't helping me much because I don't still speak Italian, but ciao, right?
You have one view in Italy, just one click.
To be honest, now that you're saying this, I am curious to look at the app data to see. I think we have geo-tracking on it.
We have a ton of views in China, and we were joking around. Boy, the hackers are real busy trying to figure out ways to get into our accounts over in China. So.
Yeah, I have to know, now that you've said this, I'm looking. I think we have that ability to look in, but it's just interesting. Yeah, listener geolocation map. I can look it up. Interesting. I've got something. Well, I'm too busy now tomorrow. I got something to do when I'm figuring this. Paul can comment. Oh, he can comment. Since he mentioned drugs last week, Paul is still in Facebook
jail. We're very happy to have you here, Paul.
We got a couple of things, though, obviously, for us to talk about here today. Leroy, you had a big weekend. We can talk about the Grayson had their first home football game and just a busy whirlwind of a couple of days there. But let's start with recapping the pick contest from last week. That's usually how we start the show. And then, we'll make our picks for later on.
Sam only likes starting with the pick contest when he wins. He doesn't like starting with
I didn't win.
So
I didn't win. I started this way every single show this time of year because you were the only one that got a point last week because you picked Grayson County over Edmonson County. America went with Edmonson, and it was 48-0. Grayson won.
Woo!
Yeah, never was close. America, that wasn't. I'm going to give you, America, a piece of advice. Trust Steven. He might know a little. He actually has some inside knowledge
because he's seen a thing or two.
Exactly. Especially when you get to basketball season, Steven has seen a thing or two. And then Taylorville against against Richland County, right?
Yeah.
And Taylorville, they blew them out, right?
Yeah. I watched a couple of the highlights of the game, and my goodness, Isaac Repsher, quarterback for Taylorville, just absolutely cleaned up. Him and Wyatt Yonker really, really had a huge, huge day, and just absolutely connected. Had some big, including I want to say 79-yard kickoff return. I might be wrong on that, but something like that. I watched highlights from a hotel room in DC. So forgive me, but yeah, absolutely a fantastic day for Taylorville and a big win. They start off the season off right. So
yeah, I guess we could just talk about Grayson here. They had the big rivalry, Tobacco Bowl, and there was people were a little bit on edge about. Speaking of Daniel, I want to come back to Daniel because Daniel has taken the state by storm in Kentucky these last couple of days.
All right.
Because he has taken the state by storm. Yeah, he's world famous now, or Commonwealth famous, I should say. But Grayson dominated the game on Friday. Big rivalry because you remember we talked over the summer about how they canceled the basketball series. So everyone was kind of like, is something going to happen? Nothing happened in the least. They did have one kid that I'm wondering if on Friday night when we travel to Anderson County, if he can do something to actually help out the team. He had a rushing touchdown, a receiving touchdown, and a kickoff return for a touchdown. I just am wondering why he didn't have a defensive touchdown, right? I mean,
let me down, man.
Yep, he's got to do something better this week. But yeah, it was
goodness.
I loved it too because it was really good weather, big crowd. And I think even Stephen Smith made an appearance. I was told. I didn't lay eyes on Stephen.
The great Stephen Smith.
The late great. Did Stephen die?
Well, he's always late. So.
Wow.
He's never been here at the very start of a show. So.
Okay. Well, he shows up. Stephen, that's Leroy. That's not me saying that. And then on Thursday we did the Tobacco Bowl soccer. I'll tell you what, Leroy, doing 2 soccer games in a row by yourself.
We have a kid in our coverage area that broke the state record for 10 goals scored in a game. And we've got interviews set with him for this week. No one else has touched. I forget what school he plays for, but scored 10 goals for his team. And I don't know what I would like. I don't know if I would like that. I don't know if I'm not a big fan of the nothing games, but a 13-2 drubbing, I'm not a big fan of either in soccer. And 10 goals in the game. Ugh.
You want to know what makes a 10 or 13-2 game phenomenal?
What?
Mercy rule.
Whoa! I thought you were against mercy rules, sir.
No, you are against mercy rules. You are against mercy rules. I am not against mercy rules.
In baseball, I'm not against I absolutely am.
But at high school, I would assume you are not against a mercy rule in high school. Okay, good.
High school, I'm all for it.
Because I think I would have kicked you off the podcast. I think you would have to go in timeout.
High school, I'm all for it.
Okay, good.
I do not want to be there for 3 hours and 45 minutes as that is ball 32 as the 9th run comes across the inning and oh my goodness. No, I'm good on that.
Okay. Do we want to talk about your trip to Washington DC, or do we want to talk about Daniel's taking over the state?
I'm intrigued. I'm DC thinking, wait, I want to hear why we're bowing down to the great Daniel and what he's been up to in Kentucky.
So Daniel, for one, I'm pulling up the picture here because I had never heard of these before, but I'm curious, maybe you have.
Okay.
All right. It is a type of potato chips. Leroy, you obviously are a fan of the potato chip.
I am a fan of the potato chip.
Have you ever heard of these potato chips before?
I have not.
The whole shebang.
I have not, but I want to now. Look at that. Okay. The potato chips with no, bring that back. Okay. The potato chips with the incredible flavor that started it all. Chips with a bonus kick of heat.
Now so I would have thought you would have tried them. The reason for it is
I would if they were here. Those look phenomenal.
You know what? Like 95% of these chips can only be bought in jail.
You're a jerk.
You can only be bought in jail. So that's where I just assumed that maybe you
dick. Absolute dick.
But no, that you can buy them at like gas stations and so on. But Daniel, on Monday, KSR had their, Kentucky Sports Radio had their golf scramble. And Daniel played in it and brought Matt Jones, the host, brought him some of these chips. And Matt started talking about how they were the best chips he's ever had in his entire life. And so he spent this time on the show on Tuesday talking about it, but you can't really get them anywhere. It's not like you can go to the go to the grocery store and purchase them. But he said they're fantastic. And Daniel called in, was the one that gave them to him. And since Daniel works for I guess a distributor for detention centers for like food and goods and other stuff, he has access to getting these.
Oh.
So, but
all right. So
he has taken over the state.
Got it.
He says he is going to quote hook me up. So
all right.
I am very intrigued by trying.
We're not into garden salsa anymore. It's Mexican street corn Pringles.
Okay.
Mexican street corn Pringles are my new favorite chip.
Okay.
Those are the new until the whole shebang. Because now I gotta try these new chips. But yeah.
See, because when Daniel and I were messaging earlier this week, and he said he could hook me up, and I was like, thank you, because I really didn't want to have to spend 2 or 3 days at the Grayson County Detention Center to try potato chips. I don't know that I wanted to try them so bad to get locked up. But apparently he's been taking over the state. Everybody's been talking about it.
I've tasted some very interesting potato chips, stuff I can't talk about on the show, but I'm really excited for these potato chips. I'm very excited. It's
time out. What? You don't like corn? Who doesn't like corn?
Paul Reeves. There's nothing he likes. We've been over this.
I mean, that might be the weirdest thing he doesn't like.
We've been over this. If there's something that Paul does not like, we talked about John Malone hating everything.
Mm-hmm.
Paul, that's pretty close, man.
Mm-hmm.
I bet, we talk about how much fun we have. I would love to see Paul and John on a podcast together because they would just hate
everything.
So,
here's my question. Steven says he has a contact. Does Steven have somebody on the inside?
Oh, in for fraud?
I don't know. It's interesting. Usually people try to snuggle things into jail. I know who his contact is.
Oh, you do?
His son works at the jail.
Ah.
Give me a second there. Eli might be able to snuggle you, or smuggle, not snuggle. He's going to smuggle you some out.
They won the golf scramble. They won the golf scramble. That's right.
Yeah. But yeah, is there a Smith in the pen? There's a Smith that works in the pen, Paul. We got to get some and try him. Maybe
in the bullpen.
There was a Smith that pitched today for the Reds. Did you see the Reds today?
I did not. How'd they do?
Down 9-3 in the ninth and came back and won 10-9.
Hey, we blew it.
It's the first time the Giants had blown a 6-run lead in the ninth inning in history. They had been like 2,376-0 entering today. I just love stats like that. Mark talked about that on In the Know. Interesting. Okay. Well, that was before my time. So Mark has apparently tried these chips.
More importantly, Mark's been doing In the Know for 15 years. So
yeah. I think the 15-year was earlier this year. So yeah. But yeah, so if maybe one day, Leroy, we will be able to try the whole shebang.
The whole shebang, man. That's fantastic. I love it.
Before we get to that, I can't believe we've gone this long without talking about the biggest event that happened over the weekend. Can I get a Who Day, right? Because
preseason doesn't count.
But here's the thing.
Who gives a shit?
Here's the thing.
No, because if the situation was reversed,
I'm gonna muted. Because here's the thing. 2 years ago, you talked all your smack when the Bears beat the Bengals in the preseason, and I let you have your moment. But you know what? Now I'm going to get mine because only one team actually played their starters during the game, and that was the Bears. Just saying.
We played for Caleb didn't play, and we only played for.
Yes, he did. He played for one series. He did. Played for one series. And I know we talked about this last week. In all seriousness, I love how people overreact. Like in the fourth quarter of the preseason, it's like, can you believe they're missing tackles? Yeah, I can.
The third string is missing tackles? Wild.
That's probably like the fifth string at that point, too.
Oh, yeah.
That guy is going to be selling State Farm insurance in 3 weeks.
Yeah. Yes, not even the training, not even on the freaking practice squad, man.
But no, I didn't end up going. it's preseason and Burrow wasn't going to play, and I didn't care enough to see the Bears for one series and do that. I think it would be good dipped on Sky. See, Steven was cruel
now,
earlier this week.
What is the Ben Johnson connection? He's got a younger brother that works for you guys?
No, Zach Taylor's younger brother is your offensive coordinator.
Oh, okay. Zach Taylor's got it. Okay.
Yeah, press.
I knew there was some kind of connection with the.
Steven was a little cruel. I think it was yesterday. I was sitting here
at this.
at a desk
look at this so beautiful. Look at this beautiful thing though that Paul sent me.
Oh, you finally got it. Look at that.
Look at this beautiful thing Paul sent me. Isn't that fantastic? Isn't that wonderful? Thank you, Paul. Thank you, Paul. I appreciate this. Is wonderful.
Steven, though, yesterday I get a text message and he is eating Skyline, and he sent me a picture of him eating Skyline, and
Rude.
I didn't get any.
Rude.
Didn't get any.
Rude. We don't do that around here. We don't take pictures of Skyline and not friends don't eat Skyline and not send our other friends Skyline. That's rude. You should know better.
It was tough. I cried a little bit. But then, I said we should just get together and open one.
What was he eating though?
He was eating a 4-way with onion.
Okay. All right. Disappointing.
Yeah, I was hurt. And yes, Paul, I know you don't like Skyline even though you've never had it. I'm waiting for it. Waiting for the comment. Paul hates Skyline. Never tried it. You've tried it and you like it, right?
I love it.
And you're not from Cincinnati.
Love it.
There it is. See, yep.
There it is.
I knew it was coming with that.
There it is.
Okay. You spent the weekend in Washington, D.C.
And whirlwind trip, my friend. Whirlwind trip to D.C.
Did you get arrested and try some of these chips?
Nobody from IndyCar got arrested, actually. There was 0 arrests made in D.C. from the IndyCar race, which is fantastic. Part of that, I think they limited where you could drink alcohol. So I think that was part of the...
How many tickets did they even sell?
Well, none. It was a free race. They had, now I say that, they had suites for the dignitaries that apparently were like $3,000 to $5,000.
Was that where you were?
Of course, with my big broadcasting money. No, but
you got that raise to make what, 7 figures?
No. So I flew out Friday night. Luckily, none of my flights were delayed, which was awesome. I got in around 8:00 on Friday. Took the metro to my hotel, and then walked over to the White House, and then walked down, saw the Washington Monument, walked over past the World War II Memorial, and then down towards the Lincoln Memorial, and then back to my hotel, which was really, really awesome. Being able to see it at night was just a wonderful, wonderful thing. Go ahead. I know.
Heather, you're usually my favorite Smith. That hurts. You're like, that is a knife straight to the chest on that.
Sam's gonna have Skyline at his wedding, so I mean, for
probably not. I mean, it's more likely at my funeral. Probably. I mean, it's probably that wedding's probably not going to happen.
So it was really, really awesome to be able to go see DC at night. It was surreal for me because there was a lot of homeless, and like homeless even just like a block and a half like away from the White House. So just the sheer just irony to me of knowing that the White House was just a couple blocks away and there were homeless people like right outside really just was odd to me. Saturday, it really felt like it was going to rain like all day. There was practice and qualifying that took place, and so practice was in the morning. They had 2 practices and then qualifying, and then they had the IROC session. And for those who don't know, IROC was a kind of spec series that's basically it was done back in the 90s. So Jeff Gordon, Elio Castroneves, Rusty Wallace, Bobby Labonte, a lot of like the older 90s drivers were there racing. Jeff Gordon swept the series. He won both races, which was awesome to see Jeff Gordon, but they had a lot of fun. This was a very fast track. And then they had the qualifying at 5:30. A lot of Paul remembers IROC. They had a lot of the very, very cool. They had everything all set up. It looked really, really nice. And then on Sunday, they actually had the real IndyCar race. And so 7 flyovers, including some of the bombers and all kinds of stuff. Very, very cool, very prestigious. The president came through on a quick drive around. But it was really odd. They only had a couple grandstands. And so, like, if you left your grandstand seat, you weren't allowed to come back. You weren't allowed to save seats. And so, like, for me, I don't drink water at all, so I was fine. I just sat there and I was good all day. It was completely fine. But there were a lot of upset people who had to leave and stuff like that. But I almost got into a fight with this 25-year-old Ukrainian woman over a seat.
No,
Do you want to hear the story?
I almost don't. I almost just want you to leave it at, I almost got in a fight with a 25-year-old Ukrainian
Just leave
woman.
it at that?
Like,
just leave it at that? Don't say nothing?
Let's leave it up to the comment section if you want this. But part of me just
just leave it at that? But no, you had to it felt like a prison. And I thought, there were a lot of people that were going to a race for the first time. And I thought, man, if this is your experience going to a race for the first time, you were going to want to come back. Because there were so many National Guard members and police that were, I had to have my wallet gone through. I had to have my wallet gone through, So it was just one of those things where it was really surreal. It was really bizarre. But the race itself was really, really good. And it was just an awesome experience. But there was just something surreal. I went over to the Korean, and I'll get to the story here because everybody wants to hear, but I went over to the Korean War Memorial during the last practice. And there was just something that was odd about standing at the Korean War Memorial and hearing race cars in the background. And it just struck me, and seeing a plane flying overhead. There was just something that struck me as odd about that whole experience. But the amount of police that were there was just insane. And the race itself did really, really well. There 3.2 million people watched that IndyCar race. And more people watched the last time that IndyCar had that many people watch the race was Michigan of 1995. They've never had that many people outside of, not counting the Indy 500, correct. Outside of an Indy 500, that's the most that they've ever watched. But I'll tell you this story. So I went with a friend of mine who I was in the Army with, and if they would have people that were in blue shirts, they were the workers, and the workers would come up into the grandstands and check to see if you had any seats that were available that were open. And so they would come up and they'd be like, "Do you have any seats?" And we'd be like, no seats, or 1 or 2 or whatever. And so they came up, and my friend went to go get food, but there was 2 seats next to me. So there was the one that they were sitting in and the one next to that was open. So when they came up, I said, "I have 1 seat available," despite the fact that there were 2 next to me. So I said, "I have 1, only 1." So this elderly woman comes up, and she's got a bag of merch and a cushion and all kinds of stuff with her. And I'm like, "Oh, all right." So she comes and she sits down, and she's all like, I'm talking to this other guy because this other guy's from Chicago. And so we automatically hit it off right away. Come to find out, she ditched her husband when they said that there was one person that could come up. She went. So all of a sudden, this Ukrainian woman starts yelling at me how dare I not get up and allow her and her husband to sit in that spot, and how rude and arrogant I am, and how in my country of Ukraine that would be rude and arrogant for you not to get up and give seat for her and her husband.
I like this woman.
And the guy next to me was like, if it wasn't for him, she wouldn't have even had a seat to begin with, And she was like, if I knew your name, I'd F you up, and all of this. And I thought, oh my gosh, I'm gonna get into a fight, and I'm gonna get kicked out of this grandstand, because there was police, CID and police, and
just think, you would have gotten in a fight, you could have tried.
Oh.
The whole shebang.
So like I was just trying to ignore this woman, and she just would not let it go. And so for the rest of the time, like she would just keep kneeing me in the back with her knee. And national anthem happens. They don't stand for the national anthem. They don't do anything. They're talking the whole time for it. And I'm just getting more. And you don't stand. I don't care. I'm not a big patriotic. You've got to. I saw that what was that Cubs video where the guy got into a fight because the kid wouldn't stay. I don't care. You don't want to stand up for the national anthem, fine. It don't bother me. I had to laugh though because when the flyovers happened, the one girl told the other, she was like, "Oh, they're using this as surveillance. The people here don't know. They're using this as surveillance against their own people." All right, yeah, sure, yeah, I know, right, like. Please get out of here. And so she's all sitting there and she's like, all of a sudden she gets up and she starts like complaining. Apparently her phone had started to overheat in her pocket. And so she had to like get up and leave because her phone started overheating in her pocket. And I was like, "Oh, you got space to sit, huh? I guess you should let her husband sit down since you've got so many open spaces next to you." And her husband was like, "Okay, nope, we're going." And like he grabbed it, like, and they left, and I was like, "Oh my gosh!" It was
Ukrainian
wild.
woman versus Leroy. I think I'm taking the Ukrainian woman.
That's fine. Then that's why I wasn't going to fight her. I wasn't going to get into a fight with the Ukrainian woman over a seat, but I just didn't want to lose my spot. But I couldn't believe that she was complaining about it when, like, I was nice enough to give her the spot in the first place. So that was, but the racing was awesome. I had a great time in DC, and that was the story about how I almost punched a Ukrainian woman right in the throat.
Didn't have that on my bucket list or my bingo card tonight. Is that you, Leroy, punching a Ukrainian woman would be potentially talked about. Do you have today's player of the day?
I do. Let's go ahead and get to our.
Oh, but while we're doing that,
yeah.
So while you're pulling this up, so the software we use to broadcast these to broadcast this has backgrounds that we can pick to choose from. So like this is what our background is right now.
Yeah,
it's just very simple. If you remember, I think like we did like this one.
We've done a fall one before.
Yeah, we've done this. So what I did is it now has an AI option. But literally because you might have remembered, Leroy, you joined the thing, and usually when you join, I immediately put us both on stage so we can chat, but it took like 30 seconds or so for me to do it because AI was creating a background. And what I just said is it put in a description, and I said, it is a podcast about two guys who talk about broadcasting, sports broadcasting. And this is what it came up with. Are you ready?
Yep.
The Sports Desk with Mark and Lisa.
Oh. Isn't that your boss?
I guess. Is racing a big thing in Ukraine?
Well, I'll tell you, they were talking a whole lot about F1. So a lot of the things that they were saying weren't very IndyCar-ish. So maybe F1 is, but definitely not IndyCar.
I don't know. I just found this interesting. That's what AI thinks our podcast is about.
Mark
it's
and
got
Lisa.
a good looking background.
I like it. If we could just figure out how to get rid of the Mark and Lisa, I'd be all right with it.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay, let's pull up here.
You know you're Lisa, right?
No, I'm Mark. No, I don't want to be Mark. I'm not.
That's why I said you're Lisa.
Yeah, I'm not. See, what's funny is so two of the people we tailgate with at Bengals games, you met them, Mark and Lisa. Mark's the guy from Taylorville.
Yeah.
Sports Wild. With Leroy and Helga.
Oh my goodness. I love it. All right, here we go. Let's get things started off here. Cy Young, 5-time All-Star 2018 World Series winner and a 2-time ERA title.
Red Sox?
or the number 14, or the number 24, the number 10, and the number 33. I'll tell you, this guy fell off really quick.
I think I have a guess on this. I don't. I want to put my. I'm going to put my original guess in private chat.
Send it to me.
I don't think I'm right. Am I right?
It is not him.
Okay. Hit it next.
Next up, he's a pitcher. He was born August 26, 1985, and drafted by the Dodgers back in 2004.
Yeah, okay, I got it now.
And then by the Rays in the first round of the 07 draft from Vanderbilt. He went to high school at Blackman High School in Murfreesboro, Tennessee.
Okay, I got it now. 100% confident on this one now. John Lester's a good guess, though, Steven.
It is not John Lester. No.
Hit it. I'm sure Paul will get it on this one.
40.2 WAR, 157 wins, 82 losses, 3.32 ERA, pitched 400 games, 322 of them started, 3 saves, 2,143 innings pitched, 2,076 strikeouts with a whip of 1.162.
I would have never guessed he had that many bullpen arms. Yep, Steven's got it.
You are correct. It's David Price, and again, just a guy who was absolutely on top of baseball and just kind of fell off. And I wouldn't say fell off. I mean, look at that career, right? I mean, really, he pitched forever, 2008 to 2022. But David Price, just again, not a guy that a whole lot of people talk about. Not a guy when you talk about like greats, right? David Price is not a guy that because again, just a longevity guy who really, I mean, won Cy Young Award, but really above that, not really a whole lot to write home about.
Yeah,
right, they were. Yeah, they were. Absolutely.
Their pitching coach at that time was Reds. I guess he's on a leave of absence right now, but Derek Johnson.
All right, next up, Hall of Famer, 5-time All-Star Silver Slugger, won the Clemente Award, wore the number 59, number 6, and the number 25 for the rest of his career. Looks like he spent time with the Phillies, White Sox, definitely Orioles, I believe. Just judging by these numbers. I know, obviously, but.
Okay, hit it.
First baseman, DH, and third baseman, born in 1970, drafted by the Indians in the 13th round of the 89 draft from Peoria, East Peoria, went to Illinois Central College, and played at Bartonville, Illinois, where there's a giant statue of this man to this day.
What position which position did he play?
DH.
Okay.
You know him as a DH, Sam.
Okay.
Paul probably knows him as a first baseman, but you know him as a DH.
So he's not a third baseman in your eyes.
No, not to me.
Okay. Albert Bell.
Next up, 72 WAR. 2,300 hits, 600 home runs, 276 batting average, 1,500 runs, 1,600 RBIs, 19 stolen bases, 402 on base percentage, 554 slug. 956 OPS, 147 OPS plus.
Am I right?
Yes, Sam. Okay. Yep, you are.
Yep, I got it there in the dropped it. Yeah, I never in a million years would have thought of him playing third base.
That's why I didn't say it.
No. First base and DH. 100%.
Early in his career, he did.
I would assume, see that 612 home run, you're obviously only down to however many guys have hit 600 home runs. So hit it.
That's really small because he played forever. But Cleveland, Philadelphia, Chicago White Sox, Dodgers for a year, Minnesota. I saw this man hit a home run at the Metrodome. And if you're familiar with the Metrodome, I was up in the right field upper deck in the very corner next to the foul pole. And he hit one about 7 feet to the good of that foul pole. And this worker would not let us go over and get the ball. and it was like me and like one other kid. And we were like, come on, the ball's right there. Just you go over and grab it for us. And she was like, I'm sorry, we're not allowed to do that. And I'm like, you're really not allowed to grab the baseball? Like, it's right there, ma'am. Just really mad. But he absolutely crushed that ball at the Metrodome there for one of his 612 home runs. Dodgers, Twins, Cleveland, and then finished up with Philadelphia and Baltimore in 2012. But yes, Jim Thome is the correct answer for us for this one. So there is our
pretty straightforward.
There's our players for today. Both of them celebrating birthdays this week. Happy birthday to David Price and Jim Thome.
You got a couple of tidbits? Gosh, we're running long.
I do. Okay, let's get to it. So, Pro Bowl. Pro Bowl has been taken away. They are no longer going to be doing the Pro Bowl. They announced today, at least for the NFL. They will announce the 84 members of the team and give them awards. I imagine at some point this will become a huge TV sponsored show. It will become a big, or at least they will try to make this as big as draft day, where they will have it become like this big sponsored whole thing. So that will be coming down the road at some point. Multiple conferences, including the Big 12, SEC, and the Big 10, have all announced after that they will be banning professionals from returning in all sports. SEC announced that schools that bring back NFL, NBA, or WNBA players into their programs will face steep discipline under a new policy unanimously approved by the conference's 16 members. Big Ten is set to pass a rule in which any player who was declared for the NFL draft and did not withdraw, appeared on an NFL roster, or signed a contract with a pro league, cannot be on a Big Ten roster. Funny how this happens when you all start going down the slippery slope, you jerks. My soapbox. Angel Reese, 26 rebounds.
Honestly,
in one game.
I'm surprised we waited 38 minutes for you to complain about it.
Are you kidding me? Are you?
No, I'm not. Listen, I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just surprised we made it 38 minutes without you complaining.
I'm just saying this is
again.
It's
not
stupid. It's stupid, and the fact that we even have to have this conversation of an NFL player trying to go back to college is ridiculous. We shouldn't even have to have this conversation. All right. At least 1 in 4 NFL players who died between 2016 and 2021 had CTE. A new study published by the British Medical Journal focused on how common chronic traumatic encephalopathy is among NFL players.
Big word.
But yes, 1 in 4 NFL players who died between 2016 and 2021 had CTE. A school close to us, Sacred Heart Griffin, which is in Springfield, is going viral for a fantastic catch made in the end zone. Our own Derek Paris from our 1450 showed the video that Pat McAfee showed. ESPN showed everyone's is doing it against Lincoln Way Central. You get a chance to go check it out. Go to ESPN. They've got it up on there. It's a fantastic catch made in the end zone. He was able to pull it in while he was being absolutely manhandled while he was able to make the catch. It's pretty cool. San Francisco 49ers owner Jed York pled no contest to a pair of misdemeanor charges after being arrested in Ohio on suspicion of engaging in prostitution. Good job. And Deshaun Watson has been named these.
He spent like $140 at a trailer park in East Palestine, Ohio.
I mean, the stories write themselves, right? Like, I don't need to comment on it because the stories write themselves. I feel like this is an episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Like, buddy, you're a billionaire.
Yeah.
You're a billionaire.
Do you really
I learned that he went through a divorce apparently like 6 months ago.
Yes, but
what's his ex-wife thinking right now?
Again, though, a billionaire, do you really need prostitution? You're telling me you cannot. Nope. Nope, not
Yeah.
I'm
Do I need to mute you before you get yourself in trouble?
Deshaun Watson has been named the starting quarterback for the Browns, according to multiple sources. That will end well. Does he finish the year as their starter?
God only knows. It's Cleveland.
Those are my tidbits for the week. Not a whole lot of stuff going on in the sports. Everyone's talking about the Little League World Series, and then I'm going to be the old man. I don't care about the Little League World Series. I've never cared about it. So,
wow.
I don't. Paul, do you care about the little? I've never cared about the Little League World Series.
What
ever.
about when we were down there and Obi's son was playing in it?
I took a little bit of interest. That was the one year I took a little bit of interest in it. But for the most part, I really don't care about the Little League World Series, man.
One of our crew members.
And now they're doing softball too now, apparently.
Yeah, because Kentucky finishes the runner-up this year. For just, over at Owensboro. We had one of our crew members start broadcasting major this week at Western. And so shout out to Nacho. And he's taking all of these I don't think it's SJB 101. I think they've renamed it, but it's those 101 and 102 classes where we met.
Yeah.
So it's interesting. Paul's not watching it. Paul doesn't. Why did you even need to ask? He doesn't like anything.
I needed somebody on my side. I needed somebody on my side, and I knew Paul would be on my side. So
okay, we've got the Leroy's logos. We're gonna do the same thing we did last week. These are Major Force Sports professional logos. Okay. We're gonna open it up here with this one. This is your first one this week. This is your first one this week. There's a couple of hints in there. First thought, do you think you know?
No. Is this a professional?
Yeah, it's all these are all Major Four Sports.
I will go with the Astros.
The Astros is what he says. Paul is also saying the Astros. Steven is also saying the Astros. And you all would be correct. That is the Houston Astros. Okay. Next up, this one. I might have gone too easy on these again.
Yeah, I think that's the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Wow, real confident. Real confident in Oklahoma City. Okay. Locking that in?
Yep.
And you are correct. That is the Oklahoma City Thunder. Okay, Paul thought it was the Nuggets, so at least I fooled somebody here in this one. Next up.
Ooh.
Was that an O like you might not know?
Did you actually pick a hockey team?
Did I? I don't know. Do you think you know this one?
I'm going to go with the Los Angeles Kings.
Paul is guessing the Los Angeles Knights.
Good job. That's not a real team.
Steven's guessing the Coyotes.
Great. That's not a team anymore.
And you said what?
Awesome. I said the Los Angeles Kings.
And you are correct. That is the Los Angeles Kings. And the last one.
The Knights are in Vegas, and the Coyotes don't exist anymore. They're now the Utah Mammoth. So good job,
and here's
boys.
the last one.
Oh, all right.
Oh, do you think you know this one?
Is that the new logo for the Golden State Warriors? I'm going to go with the Warriors.
You're going to go with the Warriors, he thinks. I think this is probably the toughest one that I did.
Yeah, that's hard.
Paul did change his last second. He said Kings there, so maybe he did.
Good.
What do you think about this for Paul?
Oh.
And Paul Reeves.
Okay.
You are correct.
Cool.
That's in on the. Do we
the
call
hair?
It the ponytail? Yep, he's right there. The hair. Good job, Paul.
Awesome.
I thought that was
awesome.
gonna. I thought that. See, now when you see it, you're like,
Yep.
oh,
Yep. I thought it was the arm, because haven't the Warriors changed their logo recently to be like the big tall dude?
No, but they have the old logo, but no, their logo is still the. I mean, they have their old logo, but at least according to Wikipedia, their logo is still the
bridge.
Yep. Okay, there you go. There's Leroy's logos for this week. Time for a little bit of play clock segment. Get to ask or answer a question that the other person doesn't know is coming, but only have 40 seconds to answer it. Would you like to ask or answer?
I will answer first. I will answer first today.
I saw a reel about this earlier. No ChatGPT questions for you today.
You actually put in work this week. I'm proud of you.
Yes, all 15 seconds of me thinking of this. I don't. Who was this? I don't even remember who. Oh, it was. They were asking Jason Sudeikis this question.
Okay.
And they asked him the question: who was your first celebrity crush?
Jodie Sweetin from Full House was my first celebrity crush. Jodie Sweetin from Full House. Drew Barrymore was the first girl that I ever saw naked. I saw her naked in Playboy. So I've had a crush on Drew Barrymore forever. But hey, don't ask the question if you want the answer for it. But Jodie Sweetin was my very first celebrity crush. Because absolutely, she was fantastic. So that was who I was. So I was after.
See, you probably have to go to I don't know that because I have to try and hit my age range. It had to be somebody probably on Disney Channel, because that would be the only thing that we were really allowed to watch. Katy Perry would have been the next round. The next round for me, probably. I don't think Hannah Montana, Miley Cyrus would have been in that classification for it. But I was thinking maybe Ashley Tisdale.
Okay.
Steven
I can
says
see
Daisy
that.
Duke.
Yeah, I can see that.
Okay. All right.
Okay. I am sharing something for you.
I can't take it without. I'd have to rebuild something completely with our clock on the screen. I can't do.
Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. So
unless I might be able to do this. Okay, I can remove you and put
that's
it
fine
up instead of you.
That's fine.
So do you want to ask?
So
or what am I doing?
You're picking one of the options.
Okay, so I have to pick one of these options.
Yep.
Okay, and I get 40 seconds to do it. I think this will work. Let's see it. Nope. It won't do it.
So I'm going to read this to you, okay? And before you start the clock, all right? Okay? So there's 4 different options on here. So you got to kind of bear with me here for a second. I was hoping this would be a little bit easier, but it's fine. So option A, 15-time All-Star, 3-time MVP, 5 playoff appearances, but no championship titles. Option B, 0-time All-Star, 0-time MVP, 12 playoff appearances, and 5 championship titles. Option C, 5 All-Stars, no MVPs, 9 playoff appearances, and 2 championship titles. Or option D, 3 All-Stars, 1 MVP, 3 playoff appearances, and 1 championship title. What are you picking?
The one that has the most World Series. 100%. I want to win. That's easy. I want to win the championship, and because I've only experienced that from my team once in 2012 when Kentucky won. So I've never had that. Yeah, Paul and I are in 100% agreement. I want the championships. The Hall of Fame, yeah, it'd be cool because a bunch of those other ones, you're probably headed to the Hall of Fame. That would be really cool. But at the same time, I think it'd be a lot cooler. You said 5 championships to have a ring for each one of your fingers.
5 titles, 12 playoff appearances.
I'm taking that 100% of the time. And looks like everybody is in agreement with me in the comment section as well.
Awesome.
Okay. Is there a call or a game that you wish you could redo as far as something that you've broadcast? Whether it's because you didn't like your call, you screwed it up, or it was one of those that you just were you were inexperienced and you would like to go back and do it again as an experienced. Are there any games that specifically come to mind for you? You get what I'm asking?
Yes. So Jace Bergschneider, he is a Taylorville native. He broke the school record for most points scored ever by a Taylorville player for the boys' side. I called that in my second year of being a broadcaster here in Taylorville, and we had absolute shoddy equipment. I was calling it on JK. I was in a crappy gym. It was just not. And for those who I'm sorry, I say all that to you. A JK is basically the lowest equipment that we can have. It's not great, and it wasn't good audio. So I would love to have that call back so I could do it again with better quality, better audio, and give that man the justice he deserves for the call that he deserved for breaking the school record.
How many points?
1,572, I think.
Oh, I thought you mean in single game.
No.
Okay.
In school career.
How did you do it? Like,
was it a three-pointer?
Oh, like Grayson had their all-time leading score happen this year. It was on a free throw. The best part about that is that the kid who hit the free throw passed his head coach. And it's funny because I think, and Steven can correct me, I think he was 1 point away and he had 2 free throws coming and he went to the free throw line and Jack's a 90% free throw shooter. And he turns and he looks at the coach and starts laughing at him like, buddy, it's going down. And knocks the first one and is just talking nonstop crap to Travis, the coach, the entire time. One of my favorite moments that we did. But also it's hard to give a great call on, and he hits a free throw, or something for it. For me, 3 come to mind right off the bat, and 2 are from my first year. Did that guy shoot it 1,000 times a game? Yes, he did. I forgot. Jack looked at Travis and said, "How's second place feel?" The first one was, so my first year football, Grayson went on the road and had an upset in the playoffs and won like 54-35, I think was the final score. And they had one kid who rushed for like 300 yards and 6 touchdowns. I'd love to have that one. That year in the district tournament, Grayson was down 20 at the start of the fourth quarter in the district championship and came back and won.
Oh.
And I wish I would have that. And that's one that I wish Steven would have been there for me. And then this year, the region semifinals against Davis County. I'd love to have that one back. Not that it was bad, but I had a lot going on that day. And I let it affect me too much that day. So I wish I could do that one over again. Unless, like, let's say that the none of the issues are happening, kind of thing. Like, I wish I could do that.
You just got to manage your time better, man.
Oh, that wasn't a time. That wasn't a time thing. That was life and technical issues.
I know.
That had done. Okay, what's the last question?
All right. I saw this today after the Pro Bowl news broke, and I want your thoughts. Yay or nay? I already know how you're gonna, because you're just a butthead. I already know you're a butthead. So, but I'm going to ask you anyway, because God forbid you ever have a cool take on anything.
Steven would go back to the St. X game and leave before the game.
So for the Pro Bowl weekend, the thought was that the 2 worst teams play a real game and the winner gets the first pick overall. Yay or nay, your thoughts. Go.
Yeah, I'd love it, but it'll never. I mean, yeah, like the logistics of it obviously would never happen because these teams would never want to put another game on there because it would be an embarrassment kind of thing, But I think it would be wildly entertaining. Well, and you could play at the Pro Bowl weekend, or something instead of the Pro Bowl. You're doing that. It would never. They would, like, the logistics of it just would never happen because the teams would never agree to it. But yeah, it would be entertaining. Like a couple of years ago to watch the Bears play, whoever would have been in second place.
Yeah,
but then it would have been really funny. Like that, the next year it happened because the Bears traded with the Panthers, right? Mm-hmm. So you being a Bears fan watching the Panthers play whoever had the second pick.
Yeah.
And you're cheering for the Panthers to win, but the Panthers aren't playing for anything. That'd be the toilet bowl. Yeah.
I know, right?
What do we got next year? Because we have the final week of the NASCAR contest coming up here soon, too.
I've got one more for you.
How about you want to do our NASCAR picks, do yours, and then do pick contest and wrap it up?
That's fine.
Let's do NASCAR. So it's the final week of our NASCAR because
Yep.
Do they still call it the Chase?
Yeah.
Or the playoff or whatever the hell they call it now.
Chase.
That begins next week.
Big shout out to Bubba Wallace this last week. He went from 23rd to 2nd. Big week for him. I
almost picked him too.
He went up high, got a little bit loose, had to take his foot just off the gas, just enough that allowed Blaney to come down and pick up another. Blaney's just been on it, man. He's been fantastic. Big day for him.
The standings right now. Last week I got 1 point. Shout out to Ross Chastain. That was great.
Good job.
Blake got 31. Paul got 38. His 7th place qualifying worked again. You got 29. Steven got 19. Doug got 32. So the standings right now, I have 824 points. You have 779. Paul has 751. Doug at 558. Steven 419. Daniel 104. Blake at 88. So right now, I am up 45 points on you, 73 points on Paul, 266 points on Doug. Sorry. I had to do it there. So what I'll do is, because it's not going to be the same as fun if I go in here and, because what I could do is whoever you pick, I could just pick the same person and then that wins. So what I will do I'll make my pick first. How about that?
That's fine.
And I'm going to pick Blaney.
Shocker.
Listen, probably going to put the curse on him. Paul's going to pick whoever qualifies 5th. See, I hate when you do this, Paul, because that means I have to do extra work.
He's got to watch now.
No, I just have to Google the standings.
I will.
Doug has Larson.
I took Logano in my racing podcast, but I'm taking Hamlin for this podcast.
Okay, Denny Hamlin. So you need to outscore me by 45 points this week.
That's right.
And you have to outscore Paul by 28.
IndyCar, by the way, is in Milwaukee. They're having a doubleheader. They're there on Saturday and Sunday, so 2 races.
So yeah, this will be the last week of our NASCAR pick contest for that. Interesting. Okay, we'll have the pick contest here coming up in just a few moments, but you have your last thing.
I do. No drivers this week. I was a little bit cramped for time because of my racing show, but we do have what year is that lineup from? So we do have that for you tonight. And for some reason, I don't know why. I know for some reason, Baseball Reference went really wild this week. So I will read these to you because it went absolutely stupid on me. Rangers taking on the Athletics. For the Rangers, Gary Pettis, Rafael Palmeiro, Julio Franco, Ruben Sierra, Harold Baines, Pete Inceviglia. Oh, sorry about that. I butchered that. Holy cow. John Russell, Steve Buechele, Jeff Huson, and Nolan Ryan. Taking on Ricky Henderson, Willie Randolph, Doug Jennings, Ron Hasse, Felix Jose, Dave Henderson, Jamie Quirk, Walt Weiss, Mike Gallagher, and Scott Henderson. Which, by the way, Ricky Henderson said he hated facing Nolan Ryan.
Did anybody like facing Nolan Ryan?
No, I just find it interesting that one of the greatest hitters hated facing Nolan Ryan. I find it fascinating when some of the greatest hitters in the world are like, yeah, I hated facing that dude. Paul says 89. Steven Smith says 93.
I'll say 94.
Okay. Let's see if we can get a couple more. Doug, you have a comment on what year you think this is? I'll give it just a couple more minutes here. Paul says could be 91.
Hit it.
It is a no-hitter from 1990. Monday, June 11th, 1990. This is Nolan Ryan's 6th no-hitter, and it was against the Athletics. Rangers won 5-0.
How did the A's finish that season? Do you know?
In 1990? They made it to the playoffs and then lost, I think.
They did. Who'd they lose to?
You guys, right? Didn't they lose to you guys in the World
Reds
Series?
swept them. Yep, Reds swept them.
Well, because the Athletics made it in 89 and lost to the Giants, right? Didn't they lose to the Giants in the World Series in 89?
I think
or
so.
Or did they win?
I think they won. They won in 89.
89 was the earthquake World Series.
How about Paul, though? It didn't sit in. 1989 could be 1991. No, it's neither. It's right in between.
All right, next up. Blue Jays Rangers. Devin White, Roberto Alomar, Kelly Gruber, Joe Carter, John Olerud, Mark Whiten, Glenn Allen Hill, Greg Myers, Manuel Lee, Jimmy Key, Daniel Gary Pez, Jack Doherty, Rafael Palmeiro, Ruben Sierra, Julio Franco, Juan Gonzalez. Oh my goodness, Leroy. Juan Gonzalez, Mike Stanley, Steve Bushell, Jeff Huson, and Nolan Ryan again.
96.
I love that Rangers logo. Yeah, I love that Rangers logo. With Texas in the back, absolutely. So Paul says 92. Sam says 96.
So is it 94?
No, it's not 94. I'll tell you that much right now. Steven says 93.
Hit it.
It was 91. It was Nolan Ryan's 7th and last no-hitter. Nolan Ryan's 7th and last no-hitter came against the Blue Jays in 1991. Nolan Ryan throwing a no-hitter at the beginning of the season, May 1st of 1991. Nolan Ryan's 7th no-hitter. Nolan Ryan led the league with 7 no-hitters, and I forget how many one-hitters that he had, but he also leads with like most one-hitters ever as well, because he's just insane. All right, next up, 2015, go.
I wonder who this is. Hate this running back.
Do you?
Hate him with a burning.
Really?
Oh yeah. When we're done,
I want to hear the story. I want to hear the story.
Everybody's okay. It's the Bengals. Okay. So you've got. Let's see if I can. I want to see if I can.
Can you go through? Can you go through a name?
Okay. AJ Green.
I'm
AJ Green, here. Georgia. AJ Green, Georgia.
Okay.
Stanford. I'm gonna have to come back to Stanford.
All right. I'll tell you right now.
Is that Ryan? Is that Ryan Hewitt?
You got 2 tight ends. Yes.
Ryan Hewitt.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
You've got Andrew Whitworth, Clint Bowling, Russell Bodine, Kevin Zeitler, Andre Smith, Tyler Eifert is the Notre Dame tight end, Mohamed Sanu is the Rutgers wide receiver, Andy Dalton, and Jeremy Hill.
I love it.
Jeremy Hill, though, fumbled. Bengals intercepted in the playoff game against the Steelers. I was there. Thought they were breaking the streak because Vontaze Burfict had an interception. Yeah. And literally they had to get 1 first down. He picks up the first down and fumbles and gives the ball back, and the rest is history. I don't want to talk about what happened. The rest of it.
They lost 20 to 18.
Jeremy Hill. Because that is, I think, that one might be more painful than the Super Bowl loss. Because I was there, and there was a moment where we thought we were going to break the streak against the hated team.
But
yeah, that one. How about that? Naming all of them. Ryan Hewitt, though, that's always fumble.
Crazy, man. All right, and finally, 12-4. Bengals win 12-4. Good job, man. Green, Sanu, Whitworth, Bowling, Bodine, Zeitler, Smith, Eifert, Hewitt, Dalton.
Eifert, yeah.
Eifert, yeah. And what year?
Okay, 14.
Bro's on it, man.
Well, it's easy. Giants won 10, 12, 14. 10 and 12, Reds made the playoffs. 14, they didn't. So it's pretty easy for me to use context clues to get rid of it. And then I also know that they beat, because that was a great World Series.
That's it. From now on, I'm going back to the 70s.
Well,
no more easy ones. No more easy ones from you, young man.
I'm never getting them.
We're
never
done.
getting it. The pick contest continues here this week. Leroy, I have a what's the word I want? Proposal, I guess, for you. We have some.
He did, Paul.
What is this here? Bumgarner hit a world. Yes, he did. Yeah.
And then Major League Baseball got upset and said pitchers can no longer hit.
I don't think no, because Joe Blanton, I think, was the last pitcher to hit a home run in the World Series.
Bumgarner home run World Series.
Because I think that's did he?
Oh, never hit a home run in the World Series in the postseason.
Because Joe Blanton, who Steven knows,
he hit 19 regular season home runs though, including 2 on opening day in 2017. Wait, so what? Yeah, 2. Yeah.
I have I guess this is a proposal for you.
I'll listen to it.
We have our high school games. There's no. Yeah, it's Joe Blanton. I thought so. We have no no Northwestern, no Bengals, no Bears. We're not picking preseason like that. That's stupid.
I do not care.
So you have got 2 teams that are making their FBS debut. You've got North Dakota State and Sacramento State. I vote we pick both of those games. And then I say we do there's a couple more that we could do. We could do the game in Ireland between Belichick and TCU. And then there's also an ACC game, NC State and Virginia.
That's fine.
You want to do those 4?
Yep, that's fine.
Okay. Well, here's the thing. Do you know the 2
Muffin Man.
The Muffin Man?
The
Lives
Muffin
on
Man.
Drury Lane.
Yes.
Do you know the 2 new FBS teams?
No.
This year?
No.
Now, see, this is where I wish I had their logos, because I'd love to pull up their logos to see if you knew that. One has been one of the best FCS teams.
Okay, South Dakota State.
Very close.
North Dakota State.
There you go. The other one is in California.
The Anteaters.
No, Sacramento State. But first, before we get to those, we'll start off here. You get to ask 2 questions, Leroy, as Grayson County travels to Anderson County on Friday at 6:30 Central Time. Anderson County is maybe like an hour and 45 minutes away, I think. So it's a longer trip for us. You got 2 questions.
You guys played each other before?
Last year. That's the only time they've played is last season.
Okay. Did they win last week?
They is in Anderson County?
Yes.
And I don't know if this is ironic, but they won last week 33-7, which is also the score that they beat Grayson County last year by. Which again means nothing, but 33-7 is kind of an odd score.
Yeah.
There you go. I'm giving you a free factoid. I don't know if that means anything or not.
No.
You're the only America. You're not picking this. You're picking the Taylorville game with me. Leroy, you got the Cougars or the Bearcats?
I'll go Bearcats.
Taking Anderson County.
It's a long way to drive. That's a long way to drive, man.
Cougars have lost 5 or 6 straight games week 2. Odd.
Okay. Isn't it weird how that stuff works out?
Yeah, since they switched to playing Edmonton week 1, I don't think they've won a week 2 game yet.
Yeah, weird.
Because we asked the coach about that, like why, and he's like, I don't know. It's like it doesn't make any sense. Taylorville travels to Canton, right?
Yes.
Canton, Ohio?
What? I wish. No. Canton, Illinois, which is like 30 minutes north of Lincoln, that means nothing to you guys, but like an hour and a half north of Taylorville.
So you're traveling a long way too.
Yeah.
So what, 2 hours?
We've played them in basketball, and we beat them easily in basketball. We never played them in football before.
Okay. This doesn't count as one of my questions. What's Canton's nickname?
They are the Railers. Nope. They're not.
Are you?
They have the same.
You liar.
No, hold on. Stop for a second. They have the same logo as the Railers. Hold on. They are the. Give me a second. They have the same logo, and it cracks me up. They're the Little Giants.
Oh, okay. Canton Little Giants. Okay.
Yes.
So this is the first. You said first time they've ever played.
They've never played each other that at least in the last 20 years, they haven't played in the last 20 years.
What was their record last year?
The Canton Little Giants last year overall were 1-8.
Okay. I'll pick Taylorville. I'm going to forfeit my last question. I'll pick Taylorville.
And you know what? I apologize. I lied to you. We played them last year. I take that back. I'm losing my mind. Taylorville won 41-27. I'm sorry,
Okay.
Stam. I'm sorry. 41-27. I owe you that.
Well, there you go. There's the second one.
Because I messed up because that's not fair to you. So
America, are you picking Taylorville or are you picking Canton? So America, you get to drop in and pick this game.
Their lone win came against a school called Limestone, where they won 50-28. But they lost to Taylorville 41-27 in week 2.
Steven is going to pick the Little Giants. America, drop in your picks for this as well. Oh, wait. Steven is changing his pick to the Tornadoes. Paul is going with the Little Giants. Does anybody else want to make a pick for Taylorville at Canton in the comment section to solidify America's pick of the week? Icebox is going to run all over him, Paul says. I love it. Okay, well, somebody might drop in a pick there. If not, I guess it will go with Taylorville since that was my pick.
Yeah, Taylorville. Canton led 15-13 at halftime, or 15-14 at halftime, and actually led 27-14 at the end of the third quarter. Taylorville scored 28 unanswered points in the fourth quarter and won 41-27. I don't remember that game. Why do I not remember this game against Canton? I called it.
That wasn't the game you missed, right?
No.
Okay, I don't know.
Wild.
Okay. I guess it will go with them making Taylorville's pick. So it'll go with Taylorville will be America's pick because it goes to a tiebreaker, and the tiebreaker is whoever we picked, and it was me.
Yep.
Okay, next game in Dublin, Ireland, Leroy.
Dublin.
North Carolina plays TCU. Who you got?
It's got to be TCU, man.
No, you're not going against Bill. You're going against Bill?
Yes.
I will also take TCU in North Carolina against TCU.
How Bill Belichick is still their coach, fine, whatever.
Coach Jordan Hudson, that's why?
I know.
Paul is picking TCU. Nobody going with Bill.
Stop it.
You don't want to go with Bill?
No.
Steven is also picking TCU, so TCU will be America's pick this week. NC State travels to Virginia. The lone conference game is for this one. Leroy, I guess I'll pick first year this one. I'll take Virginia at home.
Yeah, I'll take Virginia as well. Sorry, you're not going to get me to split on these early games.
I will take Virginia against NC State. I got nothing against NC State, though. My cousin used to work for them.
Yeah.
Mick now lives down by NC State.
How's he doing?
Good.
I miss the old man.
Steven is picking it. Okay, so America's going with NC State. They're going to go against us here for this one. Okay, the first FCS debut, Leroy. Jacksonville State travels to North Dakota State. Do you know the mascots for both of those?
North Dakota State's the Jackrabbits, right?
No. Do you know Jacksonville State?
I shouldn't, don't. So
they're an SEC. They share the nickname of an SEC school.
Great. Tigers?
Gamecocks.
Okay.
Gamecocks against Bison.
All I know is I watched the Jacksonville State game last year, and I listened to the broadcaster, and I was like, you are awful.
We'll have to talk about. There's a interesting Jacksonville State thing that we'll have to talk about after the show. Can't be something that we talk about on air.
That's fine.
Steven is going to take Jacksonville State. Who are you taking?
I'm going to take the upset, and I'll go with North Dakota State.
I'm taking North Dakota State as well. I'm going to take North Dakota State.
Jacksonville State rubs me the wrong way. I've never liked that school. Cocky, arrogant jerks.
I didn't realize you had such a hatred of Jacksonville State.
I don't like them.
Really? You know who their men's basketball? Do you know who their men's basketball coach is?
It's Stansberry, right? Isn't it Stansberry?
Ray Harper.
Harper was there before, right? Harper was there when we first got there, right?
At Western, yes.
Yes. I've never liked them. Cocky, arrogant jerks.
Okay, so Paul has taken North Dakota State. Steven has taken Jacksonville State. That's a tie for America. The tiebreaker goes to us. And since we both picked North Dakota State, America picks North Dakota State.
That's right.
That's how it works for that. The coin flip does not come out. And the last one, Sacramento State travels to Eastern Michigan.
Oh. All right. I know. Oh, man. Okay.
I'm going to already put in your pick here. I already know you're picking Eastern Michigan.
I
will also pick Eastern Michigan in this one.
For those that don't know, my cousin is the equipment manager for Eastern Michigan. He has special needs. He's wonderful, but he is the equipment manager for Eastern Michigan. He's been their equipment manager for, I want to say, at least 7 years. So I have a special fondness for Eastern Michigan. So Sam knows that, but yes, I will take Eastern Michigan.
And so will America. So we're almost totally in agreement this week. For this,
which means we're going to go 0 for 9 this week, man.
The only difference is that America's going with NC State as they take on Virginia. Cougars got Anderson County on Friday night, Leroy. I've got volleyball tomorrow evening. Steven, if you're bored and want to come watch Lady Cougars against Butler County, you're more than welcome.
UIS sent out our schedule today. We've got games starting tomorrow.
What do you have tomorrow?
I don't have anything, but my coworker does. So I'm just like, you have fun with your game tomorrow, my friend.
Soccer?
Yes.
We got volleyball tomorrow evening. I enjoy volleyball. Have you done much volleyball?
I have not. I did call a game Monday night, and I'm extremely rusty. I need to brush up because I got in the middle of the first set, and I was like, oh, it's been a minute. It's been a minute. Holy cow. So
Paul's headed to the beach for a 3-day golf trip. That's fun. I'm jealous. I would like to play some golf.
Boy, I tell you what, it's been a minute since I played golf.
I played a couple times this summer. Paul and I played. I played with my dad, played by myself. So they just opened a new golf course in the south side of Grayson County just last week, I think. They reopened it. And I was hoping I thought I was going to have a little bit of time today to do it, but then I ended up spending the morning at the transmitter site and didn't have any time to go out.
Paul, there was a wreck on the track right in front of us. And David Malukas crashed, and Stingray Rob smacked right into him. He had nowhere to go. I mean, it was just one of those things where you had nowhere to go. And it was one of the loudest sounds I've ever heard in my life of just the car, just the sickening thud of the car hitting the other car. And like, it took him a moment to get out of, like, you've got to take the seatbelts off and all this stuff that's kind of got you strapped in. But it's wild hearing the crowd kind of give a sigh of relief when the driver like gets out of the car. But it was really weird because like everybody seemed to be holding their breath. But I'm telling you, like, it was just remember when Newgarden got to that crash over on turn 4 when you and I went to the 500? It was a lot like that, but it was just weird that it was just right in front of us. I hadn't seen a crash like right in front of me, like, and it was just like, it was, I posted some of those pictures to my page, but yeah, it was right in front of us. So you get a chance to go ahead and take a look at that. But yeah, it was wild.
Next week, college football preview, right?
Yes. Excited for our full college football preview, and then the week, and then we'll have a couple of weeks, but it'll be our NFL preview. No, the week after will be our NFL preview, where we'll talk about how the Bengals are going to win the Super Bowl. So we're excited. So,
what will happen if it's Bengals Bears in the Super Bowl?
Sam and I will take off 2 weeks for the show, and he and I will drive to where's the Super Bowl this year?
It's LA again.
It's LA. So Sam and I are going to. Christy doesn't know this yet, but if the Bengals and the Bears make it to the Super Bowl,
are you buying
Sam
the tickets?
and I, no, we are going to sit out. Sam and I are going to sit outside.
They won't make it.
Don't shake your head. No, we are going to sit outside.
I don't think you realize. Me watching the Super Bowl about 4 or 5 years ago was a miserable experience. In all seriousness.
Neither of your teams are going to make it to the Super Bowl.
I mean, I could barely get through the Cubs World Series in 2016. You understand? You know that, right?
Like we tell the story because Christy at work is a huge, not your Christy, but Christy we have at work is a huge Snoop Dogg fan, and he was the halftime show. And I remember the next day she made a comment about, what'd you think of the halftime show? I was like, you want me to be honest? I don't even remember it. I was too busy focused on watching the actual game that I didn't know. She's trying to talk to you, and you're just completely ignoring her because you have the noise cancellation.
When's the last time the Bears won a Super Bowl?
When's the last time they were at the Super Bowl?
07.
Oh,
yes, yeah. You got a long way to go.
Colts, right?
Yeah, I don't want to talk about it.
Peyton Manning? Yeah, because I remember Devin Hester returned it, and everybody thought, oh, Bears are winning, right?
Peyton Manning.
That's what you get for bringing up the 2015 wild card game.
Peyton Manning has screwed me twice, and I don't like it.
We'll see you next week.